Yeah, hi, it's the 13th of March 2018 at 10 a.m. As usual, I start off my videos with a disclaimer that I'm part of a mgtow camp that's not necessarily subscribing to the general view of mgtow. I'm just a sort of an individual person going my own individual way. And I have no end of comments telling me that I shouldn't call myself mgtow because I'm not going the other way. I'm not going, I'm going my own way. That's wrong. Okay, it doesn't matter. Who cares? And carrying on from that theme, I'm getting a fair bit of heat from guys about the stupidity of my mutual aid society. Just let me qualify that. A mutual aid society is not a whole society. It's not. Now, it's an organisation. It refers to an organisation, and presumably that organisation could be two or more people. So, I'd say even a marriage qualifies as a mutual, or should qualify as a mutual aid society. It's an organisation set up between two people, where they both contribute to and both derive mutual benefit from it. The idea, that I've got with this channel, that we all put in and create synergy and immediately withdraw energy. So yeah, I'd say even initially a marriage was set up that way, and it's in fact all of society is really set up that way. That we all. It's a mutual aid. It comprises of any number of mutual aid societies or organisations where people contribute to a thing and derive benefit from it. And somebody yesterday was telling me that I'm not going my own way at all, that I'm just doing what men have done, thousands of men have done before me. Yeah, you're right. This is exactly what humans do and have been ever since the dawn of evolution. When we became human, that's in our genetic code. That's what we do. At the end of the day, we form mutual aid societies. A case in point is Greece, for example. Okay, their economy's pretty much totally collapsed, and what's happened there is people haven't sat around grumbling and complaining about the fact that they've been fucked over badly. No, what they've done is they've set up mutual aid societies. So they've found ways to trade and get around the currency. They've created their own currencies. They've done their own thing. I'm sure it's not popular with the powers to be, the government and what have you, but that's what ordinary people do when a society collapses. In one form or one way or another, they actually set up mutual aid societies. It's just a natural thing. I'm doing no differently to what the Greeks did or are doing, and I'm sure any number of other people are doing. All right, and it tends to be an autonomous thing. There's no government involved. There's no sort of recognised power. If you like, I'm setting up an alternative society, which is what the Greeks are doing. They're setting up an alternative economy. They're saying, well, fuck you. If you don't want to try and listen to us and help us out, well, fuck you. And that's what I'm saying. Well, fuck you. If you want to run your society like that, then fuck you. I've set up my own. I don't care if it's just me and another person. I don't really give a shit. A mutual aid society can be just two people. And if it's a shit, it could be between two guys. Two men could do it. You could find somebody that wants to benefit. If you have resources and they want to offer you company, yeah, you can do that. You can do it online. It's easy. You just go on Skype. You just buy them a drink or whatever. It's not a charity. It's not sex. It's not prostitution or anything else like that. No, it's just mutual aid. In a good, healthy way. Finding a way that, look, it might be just that you buy them a meal or something. I don't know, whatever you want to do. What better, look, you could play online games together. I don't know, and buy them a Coke and a hamburger. And it could be male or female. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be, a man and a woman. I'm heterosexual. I prefer a woman. Sorry. But to illustrate the point, supposing I set up my friendly club, okay, a mutual aid society. It's clearly a mutual aid society, and I'm setting up, with very strict ideas in mind at this stage, at the initial stage. Yeah, largely helped by the channel, by guys being really sceptical, and that's really pushed the point hard home. But it's like, I'm busting a gut to figure out ways that the women can't upset the men and the men can't upset the women. I'm actually not thinking that much about the men, because I assume men are good guys, not going to upset the women. The truth of the matter is they'll get drunk and probably upset them. But I mean, that's I'm actually telling the women, that's sort of what you're getting paid for, all right? To be a drunk's labourer, be a drunk's company. If a old guy wants to, drink, and you just have to put up with it. That's kind of what that's not just the time, it's that's the effort you're putting in. It's like, an old-fashioned barman. They had to put up with drunks. They don't have to anymore because there are that many laws against serving drunk people. But in the old days, you had to put up with a fair bit of shit. But you made good money out of it, okay? So that's the idea behind it. As somebody was saying, why can't you get it from your mates? Well, they're not going to fucking put up with it. I won't put up with it. I don't want to sit there and listen to a drunk and not get paid. If I'm getting paid, I might listen to it, but not for free. No, sorry. I know what drunks are like. Anyway, it's so supposing I set this up, right? And I set up this, and I got it going really well, and it was starting to grow. I mean, you'd have to ask yourself, why the fuck would I turn around and encourage the women to shit on the men? Why would I do that? Now, I bust a gut, try and get everybody to understand, set the whole thing up there, and then start encouraging the women to shit on the men. The answer is very simple. I wouldn't do that, because I know what would happen. The guys they just say, oh, fuck you, shove it up your ass, and my friendly club, my friendly society, if you like, would just collapse. So I think, beauty, I've done all this work, and then, for some reason, I encourage the women to, shit on the men, which is what's happening in real society, okay, in our normal society. The women are being encouraged to shit on the men. There's no doubt about that. And I'm guessing the same thing will happen eventually in our society as it would happen to my friendly club if I did that. All right, so the whole point is, I wouldn't do it. But then again, I'm the creator. I'm like it probably was, 500 years ago, 1,000 years, 10,000 years ago, whenever it was that people came up with the concept of marriage and what have you. But I mean, that's a long time ago, right? And it's gradually. It'd be like me setting up my mutual aid society, with strict, hard lines. Everybody say, this is good, we like this is good. And then, it grows and grows and grows. And so supposing it grew so much, I needed a management structure. And then that's when the problems start. Some third party's getting involved, all right? So my thing, I get old, a bit senile and not that interested anymore. So people start putting their own 2 bits in. And sooner or later, we're going to have it flavoured one side or the other. It's either going to favour the men or it's going to favour the women. Right now, it's me looking at both parties saying, right, this is the situation. I would try and broker between them, keep them equal. All right, because that's the other thing with a mutual aid society. There is no moral superiority. There's no, like you would get from, say, donating, okay, or buying a product that you don't know. No, this is just someone having a drink. It's even Stevens. It's the original form of equality. All right. But it seems, there's no point. Why would I want to be morally superior to a chick I was having a drink with online, for God's sake? There's just no benefit. It would be crazy, Wally-wall, okay? But if I get this management structure, and eventually, after 50 or 60 years, let's say the women start getting a hold of it. And they start, the women have, the men have got to do this, do that. So you have all these other people getting involved. flavouring it one way or another. And that's what's happening in society. That's really, and I'd say we're pretty close, if not going through a societal collapse. We're very close to happening. I think we're all waiting for this falling off a cliff thing, but I think it's already happening. For me to want to set up a mutual aid society is pretty indicative that society has already collapsed. Because I'm already doing what the Greeks have done. I mean, they didn't set these things up when the economy was going well. Nah, they only set them up when the economy went sour. All right, so the fact that I'm doing it would probably indicate we've already collapsed. Nobody's just come right out and said we're collapsing. I know end of people say I'm waiting for the collapse to happen. I think it's already happened. I think, if the truth be known, I think it's already collapsed. It's the same as my friendly club. As once people start walking, it's not long before everybody walks. But once they lose interest in the whole mutual aid thing, I think, oh fuck, there's no mutual aid here. It's just to my detriment. Fuck it, I don't want a part of it. And I can't blame them. And I can't blame guys for not wanting to get involved in this society. Why would you? It's not a mutual aid society, the one that you're living in, the real one. But what I'm trying to do, and what you can't see, is set up an alternative. I'm resetting. So, God, thousands of people have done it before me. It's nothing new. Okay, there is nothing new under the sun. It's all been done before. This is just in a slightly different form. Okay, it's an innovation. Okay, it's not an invention. It's not a brand new thing. It's been done for tens of thousands of years. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I'm at the point I read comments about it. I don't bother about them anymore, because it's that half of the problem is such a simple, basic concept. It's very hard to get. It's very hard to, believe it or not, very hard to understand. It always gobsmacks me, because I just look and I think, well, this is what people do when the chips are down. They find another way. And in this case, a mutual aid society is beautifully, and thanks to Wisdom Trek for telling me about it. I mean, it just gets beautiful. I thought he'd even coined the term himself. It fitted so beautifully. But no, they've been around ever since, Adam and Eve. Yeah, mutual aid societies. Yeah. And it's I mean, you can poo-hoo it and do whatever you want, but the other one's broken. The other society. This is a little bit like, grandpa's on the farm, with the broken down old car, and it just doesn't work anymore, and the kids come in and say, "Oh, come on, grandpa, it might be time to buy a new car, eh?" And grandpa's saying, "No, I like the old car, it's a good one." Well, in this case, grandpa's saying to the grandkids, the car's broken, guys. I think you need another one. And the kids are saying, no, it's fine. No, we don't use it. We just want to leave it there and look at it. And grandpa's going, oh my fucking God, Jesus, open your eyes. What is the point of a broken down car that you can't use? And that's our modern day society. That's what you're saying. It's a car you can't use. And I say, oh, let's build a better car. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, we like the old car. We can't use it. But we like the old one. It's a good one. We sit in it, or watch it, or look at it, and laugh at it. And so we don't like that car. And I say, fuck that. I've got no interest in that. No, I'll build a better car. I mean, if enough of us start building a better car, someone might get the idea and start thinking, oh, maybe we better reform society before everybody leaves it. That's sort of the idea. But I don't have to worry just yet, because nobody can quite get the concept of what I'm talking about. So there's no rush for them to do so. But as soon as people catch on and they start thinking about it, our society has actually collapsed. And I would like to live in a society that works, even if it's a bit rough around the edges, rather than this heap of shit. It'll be a worry to people, because a lot of people, you just go to your computer and you've got it. It's right there. It's not like you've got to get in a boat and go overseas and buy an island, set up the house. No, just there, bang, boom, right there in your computer. Yep. It's all in cyberworld. And we're even in cyberworld here. Believe it or not, you're in the first stages of entering that world now by watching this video, because you're sitting here in cyberworld. All right, I'm not sitting there next to you. I'm probably tens of thousands of kilometres from you. Okay, you're already in cyber world. This is what I'm talking about. I've been here for a long time. This is the next step in the process of creating new societies, new worlds to live in. Worlds that will probably collapse themselves at some stage. But then some people just, and in cyber world, God, any number of people can create their own societies. It's just, there'll be tens of thousands of them. You won't have, if one collapses, you just go on to another one. Yeah, it'll be equality, but a different sort of equality. Anyway, good talking to you. We'll keep at it. Talk to you later. Bye.